Hi, we're back with our second project tonight, and we're going to talk to Greg, the owner, about what he's up to and what we're looking at tonight. So Greg, what have we got? Tell us a little bit about it.
Alright, so this is my 63 Mercury Comet S22 convertible. It was given to me about 8 years ago by my dad. It was all original, had the original V8 in it. The top was something to be seen, so that was the first project I had done. So now I got tired of being the last guy in the lineup, so putting a little bit more juice in it. So I'm just got the motor out and working on a 289 to swap in with a 5-speed out of a Fox Body Mustang.
Great. And Greg, tell us a little bit about yourself. You're not a mechanic or anything, are you?
No, I am actually a shock cable technician. So mechanic I am not, car guy I am. So that's why I'm out here with everybody else working together and seeing that just a bunch of guys that get together can do some pretty awesome things with their cars.
Great. Thanks a lot, Greg. So Greg, tonight you're starting to deal with the joys of putting a modern Borg-Warner T5 into a 1963 Mercury that had a 3-speed?
Yes. Yes, it did. So we had to make a choice, either retrofit the old style clutch system to work with a T5 or update the clutch system and make the car work a little better. So we opted to go the new style route. So I got a modern driveline clutch cable kit. So we're just going to start on that. I got to pull the master cylinder, drill some holes, make a mess, and hopefully it all works in the end. Okay,
well we'll catch a little bit of that. Now you were saying you had an interesting comment about your car. It's the car that who built?
Calling it the car that Kijiji built. This is the how to do a car on a budget is this car. I'm not a rich guy. I don't have a lot of time. What I do have is a passion and a willingness to do what needs to be done to get it done. So pretty much everything other than the block, pistons, camshaft, and I think that's about it, have come off of Kijiji. Or I've done some horse trading. The top, for example, I worked with an upholstery guy, helped him on a project, so he helped me with the project. My stack of parts keeps growing and growing, and actually just picked up an oil pump off Kijiji yesterday. So now I can wire that in.
So it's like we were saying in basic builds. You really got to do your shopping if you're on a budget. Take your time and do your planning.
Yeah, absolutely, and a lot of research. I do a lot of reading before I go buy something because I can't afford to buy it twice. As you can see by the stack of exhaust manifolds in the back, we've been trying to find an exhaust system that'll work in here. We haven't had a whole lot of luck. We got one more set of headers we're going to try and fit in. If not, then it's back to the drawing board again.
Okay, great. We'll come back to you in a little bit.
All right.
So Greg, I take it you're working on getting the master cylinder out.
Yep, that's the plan.
Just a tad awkward?
Yeah, the steering column's kind of in the way. I'll get it. There's no timeline on this car.
First, the master cylinder has to come out so that Greg can figure out where the cable's running and drill the holes for it. But this is all part of the process. Older cars like this one, it's not just a couple bolts. You've got to get under the dash. Things have to get awkward in order to get where you're heading. And we'll come back to Greg in a bit when he's got the master cylinder off so we can see what the general plan is for running the cable. Okay, so here we are back at Greg's car, and the master cylinder's out.
Hooray!
Hooray!
Step 1 is complete from Modern Driveline's how-to. So now we're going to see if we can bolt this bracket in, mark some holes, and maybe drill some stuff tonight.
Cool.
Awesome. Modern Driveline forgot to tell us about the other 2 bolts.
Well, we'll let you take the bolts out and we'll be back in a minute.
I'm just trying to get an idea.
So Greg's just dealing with a couple of bolts that weren't included in the instruction list that have to be pulled off before the plate can go on.
But I'm out. I got it out. We're good. All right.
They have that sleeve stuff. Yeah, you use that on flexible stuff, typically not solid. So this stuff should be insulated.
Now the plate's going in to reinforce and create the bracket.
By the 8L clamps, by the rubber that's on there. It'll hold it in place pretty good, right? And it'll hold it off the chassis so it doesn't rattle. I think if
This is only temporary to mark the hole.
drill a hole in here.
Then you gotta pull it all apart.
Up here to be the right size.
Nothing like doing things 2 or 3 times.
Well, that's the joys of fabrication. When you start modifying from stock, everything's got to be test fit, everything's got to be put back on, the holes have to be marked, and it's all part of the process of custom building a car.
And doing it once. Don't make any plans for the evening when you start working on your car, because you won't make it. Alright.
Same with here.
Sharpie.
And the reason you see me moving on to this is if I'm going to bend all this stuff, I'm going to sit down and do it all at once. So, because it'll take a little bit of time. This,
I'd like 3 Sharpies right there.
we should put those back in the fitting. This